Hey guys, Michael here with Hello Cupcake. It's me, and just doing a review of what's been going on since I came home from my trip. Um, it has been really kind of interesting just trying to get back into the swing of things. I know I was only gone for like a week or so, but it's been kind of difficult because during that week time period, all my stress was gone, all my anxiety was gone, and I basically forgot everything that was going on here at my house and just in general or whatever. So getting back into the swing of things has been kind of interesting. And I think I may have reported this on my last video, but I'm not sure. While I was on vacation, like the last 3 days before everything was all said and done, I had done something to my foot and it was like seriously jacked up. I think I messed it up when we were in Sitka and we did the long walk from the Raptor Center to the rainforest and all around the rainforest and then all around Sitka, because when I got back to the room, my foot was swollen, it was hot. There was all kinds of just pain in there. Like, I could barely touch it. I couldn't walk on it. And so, basically, what happened when I got home, like, I got off the ship, drove home, unpacked, and then went straight to the ER. And, I was so pissed off with the ER, it wasn't even funny. The doctor who came in, she just sat across from me with her arms crossed, didn't want to examine me, didn't want to do really anything, and just automatically said, the reason your foot's hurt is 1, you're fat, 2, you're diabetic, so there it is. It was bound to happen. And I looked at her, I'm like, lady, I've been heavy my entire life. I went from being 165 pounds at age 12 to 350 at age 13, because that's when puberty kicked in and all that other stuff. And I also used to have lily white hair, like that Swedish Scandinavian blonde hair. Yeah. And now look at it, it's like this dark brownish black Native American hair color. So whatever. Anyways, went to my doctor afterwards because her initial diagnosis was that it was plantar fasciitis, or fasciitis, however the hell you say it. And I was just like, well, that doesn't make sense because I've walked several miles in the past and my foot has never done this before. And I was having some other issues with like high blood sugar and other stuff like that, and so I thought, okay, you know what, this lady is just one of those hippie crunchy bitches who wants to blame everything on the fact that you are overweight, so go see your other doctor. So I went and I saw my podiatrist, and my podiatrist looked at me and he's like, Michael, I'm sorry that happened, but just on a general examination of you, looking at how you stand and everything else, your foot is deformed and you walk on the inside of your foot. Instead of being traditionally flat-footed, on your left foot, you walk on the inside of your arch. Okay. He's like, so probably what had happened was, due to some of the neuropathy in your foot, you may have stepped wrong or whatever else, and you may have just pinched the nerve or the fascia that is in that part of your foot. And he explained it to me in non-derogatory terms and in like caring, simplistic way. And you know, I make no qualm with the fact that I'm a heavyset person, or I'll even take it a step further, that I'm obese and fat. Okay, cool, yeah, awesome, high fives all around. That's who I am, that's who I've always been. I'm taking steps to try to to cut my weight back, but the type of insulin I'm on makes it hard for me to lose the weight. And I just got done talking to my diabetic care team on the 19th about this, and my diabetic doctor said, I understand and I commend you for the steps that you are taking. However, the insulin that you are taking, it is known to cause weight gain. He's like, so we don't want to see you get any higher, but there's very little to no chance that you are going to lose any significant amount of weight without drastic measures while on this insulin. And I said, okay, well, what are the drastic measures? He's like, well, of course, there's always bariatric surgery. He said, above and beyond that, it would be dramatically altering your diet and maybe even doing like an Atkins type diet. And I said, well, what about the keto diet? I know that I go into diabetic ketoacidosis. And he's like, absolutely not. For your type of diabetes and all the other health issues that you have, a keto diet is not conducive to your condition. He's like, you can go on it, but expect to see yourself in the hospital within a few weeks after you get into ketosis and all that other stuff. I said, yeah, the last time I had DKA was not fun. I'm not going to purposely put myself into ketosis again, so no. Now, my doctors have been, and for a very long time now, urging me to get the bariatric surgery done. And the one surgery that I looked into that I really wanted done was the Oberon balloon. And basically, it's a big, thick capsule that you swallow, and then it inflates in your stomach. Medicare and Medicaid will not cover that because in the early days, it caused death and all this other stuff, and so they just said, no, we're not going to cover it at all anymore. Now, if I wanted to cover it myself, it would be like $7,000 per procedure, and that was like every 6 months, that balloon got deflated and a new one got put in there. So I was like, yeah, that doesn't sound very sustainable. And then the other one that they told me about was the actual gastric bypass. I'm like, no, hard pass on that. And then the gastric sleeve. Now, with both of these procedures, the bypass and the sleeve, once you start losing a significant amount of weight, typically 9 times out of 10, you have to go back in for a cosmetic procedure to remove the sagging skin. Now, I've watched my 600-pound life and all that other stuff, and I've seen how it's done, and I know the steps and all that other shit that goes along with it. Here's where I take issue with my own personal self, is because I know that with the mental health issues that I have and the body dysmorphia, or whatever you call it, aspect of my depression and bipolar and whatever else, my mental image does not match my physical image. So, yeah, I'm a big guy now, and even if I was to have that weight loss surgery, I am built to be a big person. The majority of my weight is in my abdomen. I don't carry weight anywhere else. I don't really carry it in my arms. I don't really carry it in my legs. I really don't have an ass to speak of. So, I have the fat here in the neck. I got the flabby bingo wings and the heavy stomach. So, something like a liposuction or something like that would probably be better for me. But anyways, I've spoken to my doctors in the past, and they told me that most likely my insurance would not cover the skin loss or the saggy skin surgery because it's considered cosmetic. So if that was the case, if I go from being a heavyset man to a deflated balloon, thinner person, I think that would be more detrimental to my mental health than just remaining the size that I am now. On the flip side of that, though, because I am as heavy as I am, having the surgery would probably alleviate some of the problems that I have, but again, my structure and my frame is built for being larger. So I don't know. If there's a doctor who is watching this and wants to contact me and give me more information, by all means, please go ahead and do so. But outside of that, I'm not soliciting any information or snide remarks or comments or whatever. If you have any of those type of remarks or comments, please gladly remove yourself from my playlist and whatever, because I really don't need to hear it. People who are watching this who genuinely get something from my videos, they may need to or want to hear this, whatever else. But anyways, moving on. So yeah, I've just been really kind of babying my foot lately. My mom, God bless her, has graciously sent me 2 new pairs of shoes because she found out that I was having this issue with my foot or whatever, and I had already had planned on going out and getting myself a brand new pair of tennis shoes and trying to get a pair of diabetic orthopedic shoes through my podiatrist and all that other stuff, but just didn't get around, or haven't been able to get around to it yet, because my primary care physician is only a physician's assistant, and because the way that Medicare or Washington state law is written is that you have to have an actual MD behind your name to be able to prescribe something like that. So I have to make an appointment with an actual MD doctor, get seen with them. They have to sign off and do the, oh yeah, Michael's being seen for this, blah, 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 blah. Go ahead and give him what he needs. So, that's the next step, and I'm planning on trying to get that done sometime next week. So with all that being said, that's where I'm at in that area. And then there's just so much coming up right now. My niece graduated on the 8th from high school, and it was like a really kind of surreal moment for me because I have been a big part of her life one way or another. When my sister and I lived together, I was responsible for getting her up, getting her ready for school, doing her homework and all that other stuff, getting her to and from school. And I taught her how to swim, was there for a lot of some of her firsts. And I made it a point, no matter where I was or what was going on in my life, I was always there for her first day of school. And it didn't matter if me and my sister were fighting or what was going on at the time. I always made it there for her first day of school. Even if I didn't have a car, I would walk to their house, or I would get someone to drive me, or I would hitchhike, whatever I had to do. But I was there for the first day of her schooling every single day. And, or every single year, I should say. And so, when she graduated on the 8th, it was just one of those wow, has it really been 18 years already? There's part of it that feels damn, it's 18 years, God, it was so long. But then there's that other aspect of me that looks at her and still sees her as the little kid, but also sees her as the young adult that she is now. So that's been kind of an emotional roller coaster for me. And she also got her associate's degree while in college, or while in high school. They had this program called the Running Start program. And so not only did she graduate with a diploma, but she's also going to be graduating with her associate's degree. And so this Saturday, which is the 22nd, I believe, so this Saturday the 22nd, she graduates college with her associate's degree, and I was there for her first day of college, and so it's just kind of really special, and I'm starting to choke up a little bit thinking about it, and I'm trying not to, because that's not the type of video that I want to do, is get one where I'm all emotional and boohoo and weepy over it. So yeah, so I'm like really proud of her. She's done so amazingly well. She's maintained a 4.5 in high school, and she's got like a 4.3 or 4.4 in college. She got a President's Medal of Academic Achievement and all this other stuff already. And she's part of the National Honor Society, and once she joins a 4-year college, she will automatically have a sorority and all the things that go along with the sorority. She's got scholarships. She's got everything ahead, are like just ready for her, and I'm so just absolutely proud of her for all the accomplishments that she's done. So yeah, it's just been kind of awe-inspiring. And then on top of all of that, issues with my friends and stuff like that, I have a pretty, not really super tight-knit, but really close friends that we all stay in contact with each other. We have a group chat on Facebook, and constantly just in contact with one another about this, that, or the other thing. My friend Carmen, you've seen her on previous videos. She's pregnant and get ready to explode. Her cesarean date is set for July 15th. And so she's waddling around the earth, and just got a lot of stuff going on with her. And I found out that she signed me up to be co-captain of for Relay for Life and all this other stuff. And I didn't think that we were actually going to do Relay for Life this year. So I was a little shocked by that, because there's so much happening on that July 13th in my area. There's a little comic convention that's happening that I am kind of like obligated to go to, because one of my friends is hosting it, and so I'm like, shit, I gotta go to that. And then there's the Pride Parade that's happening in my town, and this is like the second or third annual one, and I'm marching in solidarity for some of my other friends who are part of the LGBT community. And so I'm supposed to do that, and then the Relay for Life is happening the 13th and 14th. And I'm just like, what the actual fuck? How am I going to squeeze all this into one day? So I was telling Carmen, I'm like, I really wish you wouldn't have volunteered me to be this co-captain, because we haven't gone to any of the Relay for Life meetings. We haven't done any of that stuff like we had in the previous years. So I feel like just really overwhelmed right now, and I got to put together stuff for donations, and just try to like figure out what I'm going to do and how I'm going to get it put together and all that other stuff. So yeah, just a lot of things coming up right over the next couple of weeks, and I'm just like, help me. But anyways, so yeah, that's what's going on right now, and I'm not gonna blabber your ear off much longer, because I already see that we're at 19 minutes. So if you've stuck with me this far, thank you so much. And also, I'm so sorry that I haven't really updated the blog lately. Just all this stuff going on. I'm down a computer. My main work computer that I had, I got it back in like 2009. It died the other day, and so I lost all of my like important documentation and all of my pictures, all of my like all my SSDI information, all that stuff was on there. So I'm just like, frick. And like I went window shopping the other day because, I don't have the money to buy a new computer. But I went window shopping the other day and I couldn't believe how freaking expensive they were. And it was just like, do I try to get the money together to buy a brand new one, or do I try to get one off of like Facebook Marketplace or something like that? But even then, on the Facebook Marketplace, they're like 150 and up. I'm just like, all I want is a simple basic computer or laptop that has at least a 500 gigabyte hard drive, at least 3 or 4 gigabyte memory, capable of running Photoshop, editing my little videos, and doing a little bit of website design. That's all I really need. So, I don't know. But I'm putting it out into the universe that I get blessed with a computer and that everything is just seamless in that aspect or whatever else. So, anyways, guys, oh, and I don't know why this just came to mind, but, I've been helping a friend of mine, Dory, and I think she's been on my channel before, but I've been helping her look for a place to live. And not many people who are on Section 8 know this. I'm not on Section 8, but I've got a crash course in Section 8 laws and tenants working with Dory trying to find her a place. There is now a nationwide law that has gone into effect that's been kind of quiet, but in the past it was always it's always been against the law for this to happen, but landlords still did it. Being discriminating against people who are on Section 8 or receiving housing vouchers or whatever. This new law has gone into effect, making it so that a landlord has to accept your Section 8 voucher. And if you tell them that you're on Section 8 and they tell you that they will not rent to you or pass you over, you now have legal allegations against them for discriminating against you and going against the Fair Housing Act and the Equal Opportunity Act. So I will try to get the website information for that and add that into the end of this video. So yeah, I don't know why that just popped into my mind, but I'm glad that it did, and I wanted to share that with you guys. So anyways, if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments section down below. Unless you're an asshole and want to just talk some shit, then, bugger off. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like and subscribe button and that little bell icon to let you get notified whenever I update this channel. And if you want to talk to me privately, you can shoot me an email. My email address is hellocupcakeitsme@gmail.com. And yeah, so I will see you all later. Bye, guys.